What's up guys? I have been inactive for a couple of days, I know, but I actually was sick for a couple of days. Well, not really sick, but I also had a test coming up. I did it last Friday and I just didn't want to risk doing too much at the same time because I'm screwed if I didn't take the test, because my first chance would have been evaporated. But anyway, I'm back and I will be posting videos again. You know, I just couldn't do it for those couple of days, but I will certainly keep doing it from now on. And this will be a video about my posing routine I had at the FlexCup in 2014. In December 2014, where I won the overall at the competition, and from that moment on I thought this is going to be my passion. I mean, this is really what I want to do. So, and this is my way of showing what classic bodybuilding is all about. And this first posing routine where I actually am showing some classic poses combined with some regular poses, and I'm going to be telling you guys exactly what could be improved, what muscle groups were good, what was lacking. You know, maybe you'll learn something from it. I hope it's going to be interesting. Might be a long video, but if anything, I'm first going to show you the posing routine without interruption at all. It was actually uploaded on YouTube very quickly after the FlexCup already, so it's been up there for more than a year. But you know, I never really did anything with it, so I'm going to post it on this channel, and I want to know your opinion about it. What did you think? What could I improve myself? But I'll be giving my own comments throughout the video. So first I'm going to show you guys the posing routine, and then I'm going to be commenting, play it again and pausing it, you know, telling you guys what I think, what I could improve. But anyway guys, enjoy. Okay, what we are going to do is we're gonna take a critical look at my posing routine and basically the body itself, the muscle proportions, what I should improve, what's already good, how I should improve the posing. You know, it's all about presentation here, and especially on stage like this, you're basically, you know, you cannot hide anything. In a gym, when you get a pump, you know, and when you have a small chest and you get a chest pump, you think, wow, my chest is kind of in proportion now. But in reality, when you're on a stage like this, you see the truth. So any weaknesses you have will be revealed. Anyway, let's take a look. So right here, I'm going into an Arnold pose. I wanted to do this early because I actually only had 45 seconds. Only 45 seconds to show off basically your posing routine. Normally it's 60 seconds, but there were so many contestants that it had to be shortened. Anyway, what you see right here is that you cannot really notice it, but I did something with my lower body to make this pose work. Now I did this pose before because I looked at pictures of Arnold and I tried to emulate it, but then when I took a picture of it later and I reviewed it, it wasn't like Arnold at all. It looked different. So what I discovered is that you have to basically push your glutes forward, push your lower body forward like this, so you create a flow in your physique like that. So even though I'm pretty much tensing every muscle here, you can't really see that I'm doing anything forced because it looks natural. In right here another Arnold pose. This is a back pose, but I did this one differently. I did not practice this one often enough because, as you can see, Arnold used to put this front leg in right here, and that would again create this flow that you want, but you actually have to be pretty flexible to be able to do that, and you can turn a little bit more with this arm to the crowd, so you can show off your back more. Now this is another Arnold pose. I kind of wanted to do a couple in a row, showing the audience that I am a classic bodybuilder, not just, you know, I didn't want to do the standard poses. And what you can see here is that I have my stomach tucked in, but at the same time contract the abs so it doesn't look undefined. So you basically just have a small waist. And especially Arnold didn't really have a small waist, but he always did these kind of poses from the side, and doing a vacuum this way makes your waist look tiny. And you know, having big biceps on this pose is really gonna show, because when you have a small waist, everything else will appear bigger. And as you can see, again, I put the glutes forward to create this kind of flow in the pose. But what you can see here, I'm basically doing a hybrid between the regular side chest and the classical side chest, where you basically do a vacuum pose and you tuck your arm under your rib cage like that, and then your chest actually becomes bigger. But you actually do have to have a big chest in the first place, and I at that time did not think my chest was big enough, so I did a hybrid of it. And obviously, as you can see here, my legs need work, especially the hamstrings. I told you guys that before in some leg workouts, but basically it's a matter of time. I've already been working them very hard for like 2 years, the year before this and right now, still working the legs very hard. But when you're this tall, it simply isn't easy to fill out your legs, and especially from the side it is difficult. The quads are pretty good, but the hamstrings need some mass. Now this is, you know, the upper body is good. You've got the thickness in the back and the arms. You've got basically the V shape. I could have leaned back to the back a little more, creating an even stronger V taper, because then, you know, you as an audience will basically look from beneath. So the more you lean back, the more you basically see this V taper. But what I should focus on the most is getting this part, the back side of the lower body. I should get that more ripped. I need to get some lines in my hamstrings and especially my calves, because there aren't many people who have good calves, and in the past, in the old golden era days, Arnold and all the other guys basically did have good calves, but they also got the split in the middle, which, you know, is what I still need to work on. So I actually think I needed like 2 to 3 more weeks to get this really dialed in, but that's what I will work on next time in the Dutch Nationals, and you will see. Now again, this is the back leg spread. If I leaned back a little more, the V taper would have been even more extreme, because you basically create the illusion that your upper body is shorter, but the shorter it is, the bigger your back looks basically in comparison with the rest of your body, and that's what you should do. Or you've got the side tricep. You know, what's wrong here is that I didn't really lose my balance, but I couldn't really lean backwards too much, because then I would lose my balance. So this was kind of a hybrid version, but you know, I do create the flow here. The chest sticks out, and then you tuck your stomach in, and basically create that classical look that we are all after here on VintageGenetics. Now this is one of my favorite poses. and what you can see is the serratus are coming out, which not many bodybuilders have in the past. They did have, because they used to do dumbbell pullovers, and I do those as well, and those really make your lats, you know, the serratus muscles really make your lats pop out on the sides, and the wider your lats are, the thinner your waist looks. And as you can see, it's not really a vacuum, but I do automatically pull in my stomach, because remember, during the dumbbell pullover you really work these muscles, but also you automatically tuck in your stomach. So when you do a pose like this, by widening these and tensing these muscles, you automatically feel like tucking in your stomach, because that's what you're used to in the gym. So it comes naturally. Now this is an interesting one. This is an Antoine Vaillant pose. If you don't know this guy, you really should look him up, but unfortunately he hasn't really been active for the past couple of months really, but he used to really be on a great path to being a classical bodybuilder. He had huge shoulders, huge legs, everything was big and in proportion, small stomach as well, and I kind of wanted to try this pose and see how it looks. Now the mistake I made here is I put my hands a little too high. It should have been on my hips, and that creates, you know, the bicep would get bigger. It just creates bigger arms, and you can see your lats a little more if I put my hands there. But as you can see, the traps are good, the abs are good, the chest is good. You can really contract the chest on this one. The legs are also in proportion from the front, not from the side, in my opinion. And I kind of needed a little more cap on the shoulder, and the tricep can be a little bigger as well. But that's just here you kind of need the small half of the tricep to be bigger, which is rope pushdowns, which I've been including in my workout a lot. And the cap here is the combination of side laterals and, whether you believe it or not, rear delt flies. If your rear delt is big, especially when you bend over a little, which I will do in a second during the most muscular, then having a big rear delt will actually make your shoulder a lot bigger. As you can see right here, you know, first of all, as you can see, the rear delt here, right attached to the traps, is popping out a little. But if it was rounder, your shoulder looks a lot bigger, and also the side should be more pronounced as well. The chest is good, the traps are good, the legs are good. It's just that I should have bent over a little more, which would show more shoulder, which would show more chest thickness, and which makes your upper body shorter in comparison with the rest, and makes you look even bigger and more full. You know, you just want to show the muscles you want to show here are your arms, your traps, and your chest. So you basically, you can hide your stomach here, and that would actually benefit this pose a lot. Now ending with, I started with this pose I believe, and I'm ending it as well, because this at the time I thought was one of my best poses, because it's pretty much complete. The front delts and the side delts make my shoulders pop, you know, above my traps. Basically it's a separate and isolated muscle, as you can see, which in this pose, you know, Arnold did not have that. Arnold was not perfect. His side delts and rear delts were lacking a little, in my opinion, but it made his chest look bigger in comparison. So, you know, it's kind of what you are aiming for. But I want a complete physique and also a classic physique, so I combine both training styles. I want just a full 3D physique with the classic attributes, which is the small waist, wide shoulders, wide back, thick chest, and the legs to match. But as you can see, I'm kind of doing, you know, you see my ribcage right here. If I'm not contracting my abs at all here, I'm just tucking, basically tucking my abs, my stomach in a little bit, which causes me to basically blow up and appear bigger, and makes my lats wider. And as you can see the serratus muscles here as well. That creates the illusion of more thickness and more separation, more conditioning, just because those muscles are visible. Some people don't have those developed enough that you can see them. So this is really dumbbell pullover, guys. Dumbbell pullovers. Just keep doing them until you feel the serratus muscles, the chest muscles, and the back muscles, depending on when you train them. But yes, guys, as you can see, yeah, that was it. That was my posing routine. This is actually the first episode of my classic posing series. So this is the first episode, but this is just you know, the example of some poses, how they should be done and how they should be improved when you actually perform them at a stage, a professional bodybuilding stage. You know, I'm not a professional, of course, but the stage and the lighting, it's all just as it would be on any bodybuilding stage in the world. So here you can actually objectively judge your physique. And yeah, but in episode 2, for example, I'm going to just be posing in the gym, showing you a couple of poses, explaining to you the poses, how you should do them, what you should watch for, which muscles you should develop if you want to bring out this pose optimally, efficiently, effectively. And that's basically what the series will consist of, and that will be a separate series next to my Road to the Dutch Nationals, which I will be uploading soon again, and the regular workout and nutrition videos, and much more to come, guys. Thank you for watching. Comment, what did you think of the video? What can we improve? What do you want to see? And, you know, thanks for the support, and remember to stay golden.